welcome to Music Notes.
Thank you for having me.
We have Eric Elfstrom. Eric, tell us what you do.
I am a photographer and videographer and flirt with music, I guess. But mostly photography and videography.
All right, you flirt with music. That's a good way to put it. What does that mean?
Well, I started with music, producing and writing, mostly hip-hop, and then got a camera, and then that started to go quicker than the music.
Okay.
So I was like, I guess I could try to do this. And then the more I did it, the more work I started to get. And then music started going down because I didn't have
Are you
any.
just better at it?
I guess so. But yeah, now it's full-time photography and videography.
Do you like doing that? Like, do you miss the music part of it?
I get more, I'm like more satisfied when I have a good piece of music than when I film something. It's still like a good reward when I film something cool and edit it up and it looks amazing and the person loves it. But I do like it. I like traveling because I travel a lot for it.
Yeah, you went on tour over the summer, right?
Was on tour.
How was that?
Tour was crazy. It was with New Kids on the Block, Salt and Pepper, Rick Astley, En Vogue, and Illtown Sluggers, which is from Naughty by Nature.
All right, and then tell me, what was tour like? Was it like being on the road in a movie, or was it completely different?
No, it's the complete opposite. So like when I was growing up, I would always watch YouTube videos of like what tour is like.
Yeah, I feel like it's all
And
over social media. You think it's like on a bus,
you think it's
having
like
fun.
all glamorous and like backstage is awesome. Tour bus, when you're on a 12-bunk bus with 9 dudes, is a lot.
How long were you doing that?
That was 2.5 months.
2.5 months on a 12-bunk bus.
12-bunk
with
bus.
9 dudes.
9 dudes. Yep.
That's a commitment.
So that was a lot. Your bunk on a bus is like this big.
It's like a sliver.
Yeah, and then you have like a ceiling that's you're basically in a coffin.
Ooh.
And I couldn't sleep.
Were you like a little claustrophobic?
Yeah, I'm very claustrophobic.
I would have been freaking out.
So I didn't sleep the first 2 nights, and when I started to sleep, I'd wake up and I'd have like a freak out, and I'd be like, "What?" And you're rocking because the bus is driving to the next spot. So that was a lot. Backstage isn't glamorous at all.
No.
It's cinder block walls and one couch and foldable chairs, and catering is terrible, but it's quick. It's really quick. You know, you're there all day, and then you do the show, and then when the show's over, you leave at like midnight, 1 a.m., and then you sleep, and you wake up in a whole new spot.
How many shows was the tour?
55, I think.
So you were just nonstop.
It's like 5 shows a week.
Okay.
It was brutal.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It was a lot of fun, though. Great experience.
Would you go on tour? Like, if someone asked you tomorrow, would you say 100%?
I'd go right now. I'd be like, I have to go.
Gotta run out the door, go to the airport.
See you guys. No, I would, because even though it's a lot of work and really hard, when it's all said and done, you kind of look back at it, and it's like a beautiful struggle.
It's a good way to put it.
Yeah, you meet a lot of cool people. You see all new people every night, and we were in arenas, like basketball arenas and hockey arenas. So it was like 10 to 13,000 people a night.
That's a pretty large crowd.
Yeah, pretty big.
How did that come about? If you went from like trying to put music together for yourself, slowly getting into photography and videography, like how do you end up on tour with New Kids on the Block?
So long story short, my uncle prints the merchandise for Naughty by Nature.
Gotcha.
So I met Vinny from Naughty by Nature.
It's all who you know.
Yeah, it is.
Pretty much.
I met Vinny when I was like 13, and then I picked up the camera, and he was like, we could kind of use that. So I was tested a lot. I was tested like 10 times. Like, hey, let's do this. And I did good. Let's do this. Let's do that. And then we had 2 shows in Maryland and Fenway Park, Boston. And the Boston one, that video blew up.
And they're like, all right, fine, you can stay.
And then they were like, it was actually on my birthday.
That's a good luck charm.
My 26th birthday. He's like, yeah, I got the call from Donnie Wahlberg, and we're booked for the tour. I was like, does that mean I'm going on tour? He's like, absolutely.
No, just calling to let you know.
Yeah.
Click.
And I shed a few tears, but I was very excited. And then kind of when I thought about it, I was like, oh shit, I've never done this before.
Yeah, like you're like, I don't actually know.
So
what
I
I'm
was
doing.
like, what do I need? You have to pack up your whole life. But
yeah, like what kind of list? Who even helps you
thank
out?
God I did very well, and I ended up shooting basically all of the other acts on tour.
That's pretty solid.
And then worked with some of the New Kids guys after tour. But
What was like the craziest thing you experienced, like doing something like that?
There wasn't anything too crazy. I mean, like any show, there's a lot of drunk people. So I watched some girl like fall straight down the bleachers or the stairs.
Just a mess.
Yeah, they're all hammered at the shows and stuff. So there wasn't anything too crazy. The biggest thing for me was seeing all the behind the scenes stuff.
Like what?
Like
what are you seeing we're not?
how they set up the stage. Yeah. Like that stage is set up at 7 a.m. every morning.
I never understand that, how something goes from like hockey to basketball to concert all in like 3 days.
Think about huge LED screens and a whole sound system and all these chairs. They would put it up 7, 8 a.m. and then as soon as the show's over, break it all down, put it into 18-wheelers, and you're on to the next place by midnight.
That's it. That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
That's why those people get paid the big bucks.
Yeah, that's true.
They put up a whole set.
Yeah.
So seeing people on tour like that did make you feel like you wanted to pursue videography and photography more, or try and go back to the music part, being with like people who were doing that full time?
So definitely, I mean, for right now, I'm gonna stick with Elfstrom Media and doing the photography and videography because it's working, and it's a lot of people are seeing it. After the tour, I did a bunch of podcasts, interviews.
Look at you growing your brand.
Canadian radio.
That's niche.
People Magazine.
Yeah, your photo was featured in People Magazine.
7 of them.
7 of them. How did that feel?
That was another.
Do they have to ask your permission for that? How do they get that?
No, so I did.
I guess they're media. They don't.
Joey McIntyre from New Kids on the Block did Carnegie Hall.
Correct.
And Carnegie Hall is like awful to shoot at because it's a union hall, so you can't I couldn't do any video, so I could only do photos. And by the end of the night I had like 50,000 photos that I took. God. And his team, like he called me directly, was like, I want you to capture Carnegie, and I was like, okay. But then his team kept asking me like, we need this photo, do you have any more of these with this person, that person? I was kind of like, yeah. So I sent them all, and then one morning I woke up and like I had one eye open, and it's like, this person tagged you, that person tagged you, and I looked at it at like the story mentions.
Yeah.
It was like People Magazine, and I was like, holy shit.
That's a career moment for sure.
Yeah. Shed a few tears for that too.
A lot of tears on the Career Factor.
A lot of tears. But yeah, that was really, really cool. That was like unbelievable. And then, you know, I'm going to use that to propel myself to do whatever the next step is. But
yeah, you're like, I went on tour. I was in People Magazine.
Yep. I'm on your podcast.
I mean, that's basically, that should be
that's bigger than People. That
should be a tear shedding career moment. I would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that's interesting. I mean, like, and this all happened in what, the last year?
Yeah.
2 years?
Yeah.
Not even.
It's been under a year.
Under a year.
Like 6-7 months.
Damn, 0 to 100.
Real quick.
So what's the next move? What's the next?
I would like to go on another tour. Mm-hmm. We have a show in Montclair, New Jersey. It's a sluggish show / naughty, but it's March 25th with the R&B group Next, Anne-Marie and AZ. That's going to be cool. And then after that, you know, we're going to try to work with Live Nation, do another bus tour. But I kind of want to... I don't want to be known as just the concert recap photographer, videographer. I think I could do documentaries. I think I could write a short film and film a short film. I don't want to be just in one box.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you can like expand what you're doing now.
Practice,
yeah. I guess. What's your dream tour? Like.
Dream tour.
Dream tour.
Oh shit. Okay. Eminem.
Okay, I should have guessed that one.
50 Cent. Jay-Z, if it could happen. This is all one lineup.
Oh wow, that's a That's a big tour.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of money.
That's a festival.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I think for a tour of that, but I would love to shoot Adele.
Okay. Didn't expect that one.
I love Adele.
Do you?
I'm obsessed with Adele.
You're obsessed?
Obsessed. Lana Del Rey.
That'd be cool.
Love Lana.
Who would you absolutely, like, who would you say no to? Who do you absolutely would never want to shoot their tour?
Country artists.
I like country.
I know, you love country.
It'd be fun. You gotta admit, it'd be probably fun.
I wouldn't say no to any tour, but I just don't like country music, so while
you'd have earplugs in?
Yeah, while I'm shooting the show, I'd be like, God damn it.
And it'd be like for like months, just, what would be like your dream venue? PNC, New Jersey.
Of course. I think the Garden would be cool.
Probably, yeah.
Carnegie was huge. Carnegie is like top 3. Wembley in London. That'd be cool. I've never thought about that. That's a good question.
That is a good question. I guess, you know, if you think.
I think that's it. But I don't think I'd ever say no to anybody. And then maybe if I did a country tour, I'd come back, be like, Emmy, let's go to a bar and listen to country music.
That's true. We can grab a drink at a country bar.
Some Luke Combs.
Maybe you'd like it. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Have you ever been to a country concert?
No,
They're fun.
I don't plan on. I'd go if it was like free.
Okay. Well, maybe if you like took photos, you can wiggle out.
Yeah, if I was hired to do it, but I haven't done it yet.
You're like, I haven't gone to my.
I haven't done it yet.
No Morgan Wallen.
No.
No.
No, not yet.
Going to him in August.
There you go.
Fenway.
At Fenway?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
That's gonna be cool.
I know.
Fenway. Have you ever been to Fenway?
I've been to Fenway for a baseball game.
Fenway's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it.
I've heard it's like the best concert venue.
Yeah. Like I just love Boston in general.
I love Boston too. I was just there last weekend.
And I like how Fenway is like literally in the middle. Like if you just put a baseball stadium in the middle of Manhattan, that's how it is.
Yeah.
Like you go across the street, there's like a store, a convenience store.
I'm excited because like we can go to dinner or something before and then go out after.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a whole experience.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be awesome.
You'll run into Morgan Wallen at the bar.
Yeah, maybe.
It'll be fun.
Maybe I'll be at the show.
Maybe
You can come backstage.
No. We're just manifesting that for now. I'm gonna be backstage at Fenway, Morgan Wallen.
Hey, Morgan, let's go to the bars.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh my God. He sounds like he's fun. I feel like he goes out and about.
Probably.
You actually probably wouldn't know. You probably don't pay attention to him.
Nope, no idea.
Yeah. Well, there was a whole scandal. He was like all around like University of Alabama, and like people were like Morgan Wallen's like with my friend at the bar.
A country artist would be out in Alabama.
That would, yeah. I meant like University of Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that checks out. I would be pumped if I saw Morgan Wallen at the bar when I was
that'd be really cool.
at college.
That'd be cool.
Have you ever been to Nashville?
I have. We were there on tour.
Did you hate it?
No, I would love to go back to
Really?
Nashville.
I actually hated Nashville.
I couldn't go out anywhere on tour.
I feel like I was in Times Square.
I took an Uber. I think I went to go do laundry or something. And the streets were, it was like a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And the streets were flooded.
It's like all like bachelorette parties.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, it's like that song Bachelorette's on
They're
Broadway.
doing the bike things in the street hammered.
Yep.
Just going. There's like a
I
whole...
went and I was on like, it wasn't basically a tractor. It was a tractor. And the rules were none. There was no rules. Like you could have jumped off that thing onto the highway.
And they would be
No,
like,
you could like swing off it. And I was like, and I don't even remember if I signed a waiver.
Wow. I
And
would
I was
love to
like-
go back. Let's go back.
Okay. Trip to Nashville.
Country concert.
After you become a huge country fan.
Yeah, I can't wait.
All right. So now that you in this last year have had like a million career takeoffs, one of them being on this podcast, like if you could look back like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and you were like, you know what, I really want to get into music, like what would you tell yourself then?
I think it would be all the cliche things, like the never give up, don't stop trying, because that shit's true.
I know.
You know, everyone, when you're like chasing a dream, everyone's like, oh, it's probably not going to happen. Like parents are the biggest dream killers ever. Like think of a plan B, C, D.
Yeah,
and
right.
It's just basically saying like, listen, kid, you're not going to make it. But the more you do it and the longer it takes, you're not getting worse at what you're doing.
Exactly. Like by the time like you're like, you know, I want to do this, like you have to practice it.
So
like you might
have to fail.
not be great at it when first, but you got to like keep trying.
And a lot of people get discouraged, like they fail and they're like, oh, maybe it's not for me, I'm just gonna quit now.
Yeah.
And that's you should never do that, because the more you do it, you learn from your failure if you're normal, and you know, you're going to get good at it. So something's going to happen. Someone's going to see it, or, you know, whatever it is that you're doing. It's impossible to go down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I feel like with like stuff like this, it's almost harder. Say you really want to be in the NFL or something. Like you start playing football when you're like 4 years old, 5 years old.
Yeah.
And you practice and you practice and you do it at school. You do it at school.
Also
like,
takes discipline. Like when you
Yeah.
hit high school, it's
And,
like, hey, all my friends are out at a party. No, I'm going to go practice. I don't want to wake up hungover. I'm going to go. I have to run or something at 8 a.m.
Like a lot of things like too, like say like photography or like music, like are things that are more like hobbies that you have to really work at on your own time too. So that makes it harder because it's not something that was like, I don't want to say forced, but like put upon you when you were younger. So now you're like, okay, I want to do this, and now I need to commit all my time to it. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think another thing was I would tell my, was it younger self?
Or older self.
Or older self. Be different.
That's a good one.
Don't follow anybody. If you follow everyone, you're just gonna have the same stuff that everyone else has. You have to be different and, you know, make yourself more noticeable.
Yeah.
Stick out, so people could be like, oh, you know, there's 1,000 of these, but who is this guy over here? This is way different than the last 100,000 people. You know what I mean? So that's big. And I think just being yourself also at the end of the day. People are going to like you for you.
Yeah.
People hire you for you. You shouldn't try to be someone else when you start to get yeah, exactly. So yeah, those are probably the three biggest things I'd tell myself.
Pretty generic, like you said. You're like all the cliches.
Generic.
They're all
and
good
I hate
ones.
to say it because
but they're the truth. That's the truth.
I'm saying the generic things like everyone else says, but now I'm saying to go against everybody else.
But like when you're old, like when you're younger, you like know that you're like, oh, I need to work hard at what I do. Like I should be myself, but you don't actually know how to do it.
Yeah, and you hear it so many times. Like, oh, I heard, you know, the last 30 people told me not to give up.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Keep practice makes perfect. But it's true.
Yeah.
And that's how it that's how it happens.
Yeah, like telling your younger self, like, be yourself. I feel like at that point when you're younger, like, oh, it's like embarrassing to like
absolutely
do X, Y, Z. And
yeah.
when you get older,
This
like,
person has the cool shoes. I need the cool shoes too. But like as you get older, it's like you stand out from everyone else. You're the cool person.
Exactly.
People are like, whoa, I kind of like this weirdo over here.
Right? I know. But as I get older, you learn that it doesn't actually matter.
It's nice.
You have the cool shoes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just wear the shoes you want to wear.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all like exciting stuff.
It's not bad.
Hopefully, like
it's a lot happening at once.
I mean, yeah, that's a big year.
It is.
2023 gonna match up.
Gonna be bigger.
There you go.
We're not matching anything.
That's a good answer.
We're to the top.
That's a good answer.
But yeah, it should. There's a lot of things in the works, and you know, like I said, hopefully I could use what I've done for people to be like, oh wow, he does have the credits to this idea that he has could happen. Mm-hmm. Or if he wants this person, like he's done this and this, he should be able to get that person. We're getting Eminem this year.
Are we?
Yes.
All right, you're gonna get Eminem this year.
Yep.
It's gonna happen.
Put it into the world.
Is he on tour?
Nope.
No. When was the last time he came out? So.
He doesn't tour a lot. He only does like 4, like when he puts out new music, like 4 or 5 shows. It's usually MetLife.
Those sell out probably quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Very
like
quick.
Super quick.
Yeah, and that's like what, 60, 70,000 people.
Jeez.
It's insane.
Yeah. Checks out though. It's Eminem.
The GOAT.
Not too bad.
But yeah, no. Hopefully, actually, no, not hopefully. It is gonna be bigger.
So you gotta say it like that it is happening.
Exactly.
Say hopefully.
Yeah, you can't say if, it's when.
Yeah, I gotta get that through my head.
There you go.
I'm not good at that part, but practice, like we said.
Practice
makes perfect.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
All right. Well, any final thoughts as we wrap up your huge year?
Final thoughts is we should do this again.
We should in a year and see if.
Yeah.
Not see if, see your next year, see everything we talked about happen.
Not a recap,
follow up.
Follow up.
Follow up. I feel like there's a better word for it.
Yeah, probably.
Follow up sounds like an email.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, next time we'll talk about Eminem, you loving country, your trip to Nashville.
I'll see you in Boston.
Yeah, at Fenway.
Fenway.
Be super fun.
Yeah, it is going to be fun. I can't wait.
Me neither. We're already there. I can see it. Backstage at Fenway.
Yep.
Then hitting the bar with Morgan Wallen after. Holding us to that.
Let's do it. When is the show?
August 16th?
That's my birthday.
No way.
That's
Wait, we have to check that date. Because isn't that when you got, like, the call for your...
Yep. Yeah.
Did we just manifest something?
Oh, this is
March,
crazy.
May, June, July.
It's going to happen now.
August 16th.
Is it?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
Holy shit.
That's our day.
That's crazy.
That's a good one.
I just got goosebumps.
All right. Well, I'm excited.
Yeah. So
we'll
am I.
definitely.
Now I feel like even if I don't work the show, I have to go.
Yeah, like something has to like transpire.
You have room in your Airbnb?
We have places. I have plenty of places to stay up there.
I don't know if I know anyone in Boston.
Really?
Maybe.
I know a lot of people in Boston.
We'll figure it out.
We will. All right. See you August 16th at Fenway.
I'll be there.
Backstage.
We also have to celebrate my birthday, though.
Yeah.
It's not just Morgan Wallen.
Okay.
He has to share.
Eric's birthday featuring Morgan Wallen.
He has to share.
He'll wish you happy birthday.
Good.
Saying it now. All right. Well, that's that. Thank you.
Thank you. This was cool, though.
Yeah, it was.
I like this.
See you
It was worth walking in the rain.
It was. Yeah. It's crappy out.
Thank you.
You're welcome.